Buddhist philosophy. Dukka. Buddothpado Aryanwahanse is important when you want to see how the mind is formed in the present moment. If you do not investigate how you started sensing and numbing from the very beginning, you will not be able to see or identify what is formed in the moment. You will not be able to see or identify what is formed in the moment. If you can clearly see the formation of mind in the moment, then only your internal fire that has arisen due to the illusion existing objective world outside fades away. That is your mental defilements fades away. Buddothpado Aryanwahanse means the jnana through which you could get the insight of how the apparent objects come into existence. That is to say, you are able to see through what is actually happening through your senses. Only after having such an insight, you can clearly see this moment. That is seeing the appearance and disappearance of thoughts moment to moment. This is Buddothpado Jnana. Once we see the process this way only, our mental defilements, that is attachment, aversion, ignorance, fade away. That is our internal fire or restlessness get quenched gradually. The Buddothpado Jnana, Buddothpado Jnana and Asavakya Jnana are called as Trividya. These three kinds of insights are required to attain Nibbana. Without these three insights, no one could attain Nibbana. This is where the key lies within all Dhamma. This is where the key is. Paticcasamuppada is also describes how the mind is formed. Buddothpado Jnana, Satya Jnana, Darshana Samapatti, Paticcasamuppada Dhamma. All describes the same story, how the mind is formed. It sound be noted here that mind is not existing thing. Moment to moment, it appears and disappears. This is the path to Nibbana. Examine a little child, how he gets deluded with conditioning. At the beginning, this little child does not have any craving, no jealousy, etc. Let us check how these defilements are created. If we examine our childhood, how do we get craving, desire? How do we get jealousy? Let us analyze how this occurs. Through the functioning senses, little child can see forms and colors, hear sounds, touch, etc. This is a natural happening. He does not have a sense of self or individuality and even does not identify existing things or objects. Conditioning starts when he learns words. In the school, his eye is taught and trained forms and colors. For example, letters A, B, C, ear is taught and trained sounds. For example, words like mother, apple, father. Through this, little child binds the color and sound together and identifies seeming objects, apple, mother, father, etc. Similarly, he learns and binds all forms and colors coming into contact through five senses to sounds to identify apparent objects. That is so, say he is tying the name and rupa together, nama and rupa together. When one does not know this process, he gets deluded. Then he has an existing world full of objects and sense of self. This is the plight of most of us. This is the plight of most of us. Let us see what happens when the child grows up. For example, when he gives a phone call and say a rose flower, then a rose flower is created in the other end. Actually, what happened here? A sound was heard by the other end, and a rose was created as the result of hearing the word rose. That is, we hear a sound, and the result is the creation of an object. In other words, a sound created an apparent object, that is sound tied with color together, creating an apparent object. No one can say this is not the case. Everyone can see this experientially by their own. Forms our childhood. From our childhood, we have been taught and conditioned to tie sounds and objects. Here we will clearly understand that sound waves and colors waves tie together and another kind of wave. Mental wave is created. Here the wave means vibration. Sound is a vibration. In science, vibration is expressed by hertz or cycle per sound. That is frequency. The same applies to colors waves as well. Red color has lower frequency and other colors has high frequency. The sound and colors are two parts of vibrations. When matter vibrates in a creating certain pattern, sound is created in a different pattern. Colors are created. Hertz, heat, cold are also patterns of vibrations only. TV channels like Dharana, Sirasa, etc. that we watch and whatever we perceive, all are different vibration patterns. So all our contact to seeming external objects through five senses, ear, eye, tongue, nose, etc. are all patterns of vibrations only. Sound is also vibration. Color is also vibration. This color and sound are simply two different forms of vibrations. At this point, if we analyze deeply, actually what we experience is a basic knowingness only. That is without any naming. This is an undifferentiated cognition or awareness. Sound is a kind of knowingness. Color is a kind of knowingness. Smell is also a kind of knowingness. Similarly, warmth, cold, heat and tactile sensations are also a knowingness through the skin. Now, we should clearly understand that when color and sound, two patterns of vibrations, come together, creates a mental vibration. This Chittaropana creates a sense of existing objects, that is to say sound, colors, smells, tastes, and thought and touch come together, tie together, and creates a sense of existing thing or objects with name. This is the special point in this knowing process. What is coming in is a form of light. Due to the speed of contact or due to the sparking speed of light, an eye is created. Here the eye means the function of seeing, not the fresh eye. Then the result is a sense of existing eye and objects. This is similar to a cinema projector. Due to the speed of the photo frames in the reel, a sense of existing objects or things is created. This is the seeming existence only. Actually, there are no such objects as we perceive. The same is true for sounds. There are no existing sounds. Colors and forms are also similarly exist due to the speed. Sound is also known as a sound due to speed through the vibration of the eardrum. Two vibrations come together and create another kind of vibration, that is another noviceness within, giving rise to a sense of existing objects. This is a kind of feeling of existing things or objects. This is what we call desire or craving or nandya, uddipana. The craving or desire derives power by itself due to the speed. This is similar to a spinning top which keeps rotating by its own power coming from its own speed or inertia. Here there is a kind of force of power. The sense of I-ness or sense of self or individual existence or Atmiya Bhavya is a kind of force or power. This sense of individual existence or individual self is called the tanha. This sense of individual existence is created at this instant only. Its sense of limited I-ness or sense of existing objects or things. Yarupe Nandi Tadupadanam Bhava. Bhava is created at this moment only. The sense of existing things or objects is bhava. Let us examine the little child again. When child cries, you give a phone. He plays with phone by liking, touching, pressing, etc. He makes a contact with the phone through his five senses. He sees colors. He hears sounds. Similarly, smell, taste, warmth, cold, heat. He touches, presses. Sometimes we have often seen mothers giving phone to little child so that they could do their daily household work. When try to get the phone back, he cries. The reason is that he already attached to the phone. Unknowingly, child is hold fast to the phone, face to the phone. Then it is very difficult to take back. Yes, unknowingly child is hold fast to the phone, then it is very difficult to take back. This is the nature of senses. It always attaches to objects. Get hold of objects are glued onto objects. This is called the Sasaviya Svabhava. In another words, the tendency of attachment, sense of sucked into things. It is like the soil absorbing the water. The moment water is poured onto the ground, also it is similar to tree leaves folding themselves upon the heat. This is a natural process. Due to the speed of sensory contact or sparking, a force or power is generated. It is similar to gravity due to Earth's rotation. Gravity is due to the Earth's speed of rotation. This force is called the Chittaropana. This is the sense of individual self or Atmiya Aropana. This is the sense or feeling of existing things or object. That is Ittabhavaya, sense of seeming existence, sense of an existing thing or object. This itself is the self or Atma. Little child does not give the phone back because he is so attached to it. This is the Upadana. Yarupe Nandi Tadupadanam Bhau, Buddha said that if there is a thing, naturally one attached to it. This is the individual self. This is a natural phenomena. No one does it. Here only a natural process is happening. For a naturally occurring spark, a sense of individual self or Atmiya Bhava is superimposed here. Once we get this sense of individuality, naturally we get a feel that we exist, we live and we feel. On the other hand, the feeling of existence or individuality again leads to further spark. If we feel things exist, then I-ness or the Atmiya Bhava also exists. You have to be smart enough to catch this point. It is not easy to explain this. Explaining this process is more difficult than the understanding this by oneself. That is why Lord Buddha examined at the beginning how this Dhamma could be explained to people. What we need to highlight here is that there is no individual soul or individual self or Atmiya Bhava at all. What is needed here is to explain how the so-called sense of individual soul or individual self come into existence. In reality, there is no individual self. Thank you. Part1.